Hi there guys, it's me again, and I've just came out of an astral projection. So, it's been a while since I've told you guys about what I've been up to in the astrals, but today, I figured I'd give it a shot. So this morning, it's around about 12, I got to bed last night at like 6 o'clock in the AM, just, editing and doing things online. And then, this morning, I naturally wake up just before someone knocks on the door, and I think to myself, okay, I'm in this weird headspace right now. I'm crossing over from different states of consciousness. Let's just sit with myself and start meditating. So I do this thing where I move my consciousness throughout my body, right? And I'm thinking like that in my gut. And I find myself creating a dream from this higher aspect of myself, some people call it. And this part of me that I'm fully integrated with at that point in time creates this scenario where the people within the experience are reflecting my emotions and my states of being that I'm not quite wanting to deal with at that present point in time. And I felt myself orchestrating this dream. I felt myself thinking, okay, at any moment I'm going to split apart from my main aspect of my consciousness, and it's going to believe in duality. For me to get that part of me, which I am right now, to further understand this knowing that how I feel is okay, I'm going to wait until I fall slightly unconscious, split into this dream, into these characters, and project my emotions onto these external characters, just to see how I would respond to these characters, to give myself a chance to, instead of saying, okay, I'm not okay with feeling like this, what if I'm all of a sudden okay with other people feeling like this? And that's exactly what happened. I ended up looking at this person, having some resistance towards talking to this person and giving them some advice. Then all of a sudden I just caved and thought, okay, sure, I understand. I'm okay with it. And I felt myself automatically moving back into my body inside of the dream and integrating both halves of myself. And then all of a sudden, I'm blinking and I'm not in 3D anymore. I'm looking at the wall and everything's really orange in here. It's not, well, it's orange right now, but it's like really orange, like the saturation's pretty high up, and everything is super clear. Like my vision now, I can stare at certain parts of this camera and it's slightly blurry, like the EFM is slightly blurry, it's not crisp. But when I was in that plane of existence, the astral realm, things were clear. I know I've said this before, but I can't quite stop expressing how perfect that place is sometimes. So I'm there, right? And I think to myself, okay, I'm gonna try and create a tulpa, because that's what my last video was about on YouTube. Let's do that. Let's create a tulpa. Because recently I've been thinking about how it would feel to meet a reflection of myself that was female, with no programs, just another version of me that's female. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna try and create a tulpa, but a female version of me, just to see what it would look like. Maybe I can tap into my cellular memory and cause, was it the Y chromosome? The chromosome that's responsible for making females female, and just project that cellular template onto this thought form and see what would have happened if I was born female, right? So I tried doing that, but instead I saw this guy that just appeared. I didn't even have time. I didn't have time to see him appear. He was just there, right? I felt his energy. Dude was straight. He was, like, his focus was so clear, so clean. He was out of the matrix completely. Okay, he was me at my highest form when I'm not thinking or talking to people. He was pure. I'm looking at this guy that looks slightly feminine. Like, when you're not quite sure what gender a person is? That's what he was like. And I look at him and I want to get a closer look, so I grab him like this, with my finger like me. And I start touching his face. Like, dude, your face is so, like, his skin was pure, everything was pure about him. And he looked at me and went, and then he stepped back, and then he disappeared. He knew what I was trying to do. He knew that I was trying to create a tulpa. And he was basically saying that, hey, I'm not a tulpa. I'm real. Right? I'm real. I'm actually here. So he turned around and he disappeared. I thought, huh, okay. He was obviously a being. A really, really aware, focused being. But he was gone. So then I turned on my side, right? Like this. On my side. And I tried to feel the presence of something over here. As I'm trying to feel the presence of something over here, the light that I'm looking at the corner of my peripheral vision starts to dim because there's like something there. And as I turn to my front, I'm seeing this big, round, purple, like teddy bear. As if a teddy bear was alive. And the teddy bear basically had this afro that was above his head, about this long. His head was about that small, body about that wide, right? And I start squeezing him because I'm expecting him to deflate or something, but he doesn't, because again, he's also real. I've just conjured up some sort of elf type thing. And then I went like that and threw him. He shrank really small and then just went whoosh, and warped into himself, and he was gone. But then I tried again. I tried the presence approach for the third time. Only this time I looked into my mirror over there. Okay. And as I'm looking into my mirror, I can see into another reality. The mirror has a reflection of my wall, and my wall looks like real life, right? But if you could imagine a mirror and the frame looks normal, but the picture inside the mirror looks like the Matrix. It looks like some sort of CCTV recording. It's green and black with lines going horizontal across it. And as I'm looking at this huge image, this display of a CCTV, terrible quality image, I can see a woman on the other side of me, behind me. Okay, because the mirror's here, so it's showing me and it's showing what's behind me. And as I'm looking at the woman behind me, and she's in a cot, right? Here's the cool thing. As I turn around to see who it is, the reality blurs. And as the reality starts to blur, I'm in her reality. I'm in that space where even when I turn around, everything looks black, and there are these suspended lines in the air, like that you would normally see on a CCTV camera, a really old quality. So I think to myself, okay, this is pretty cool. Let's explore, let's see what's going on here. And as I look into the cot, I see her, and she looks like a hologram, because I go to touch her and my hand goes through her face. She's holding onto a teddy bear, and she looks really distraught and upset. She's a woman. She's like in her maybe late 20s, early 30s. I'm thinking to myself, okay, what could have happened? She's inside of a cot. Obviously, she can barely fit in there, so it's not for her. Maybe she had a kid and lost it. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to go back to my body now. And as I closed my eyes, started to open them. And as I opened my eyes, I ended up in the astral realms again. And as I looked into the mirror, I went like this with my hands, and all of this white energy flowed out of my hands. But when I used the energy to make a little thought form, I made a little camera. I held the camera in front of the mirror, and I could only see the camera inside of the mirror. My hand in the mirror was holding the camera, but when I looked at my hand, nothing was there. I thought, fine. Obviously, this mirror dimension is something in and of itself. Perhaps I have to walk through it. Maybe next time. So I was in the astrals for quite a while. I decided to return back to my body this time for good. And it took me a while. It was like I returned back to the hypnagogic state. Everything was dark for a while. And I had to kind of readjust to my physical body. But then as I opened my eyes, I was staring at the wall. And I thought, that was good. That was fun. And then I got my tape recorder, and I spoke the entire thing into it, just in case I forgot, because I really wanted to make another video like this, because I haven't done so in a while. So I'm Ryan JC. This is going to be about Do It. This is my astral projection experience today. The date today is, I believe, let me check my phone, Saturday the 18th of June. It is now 15:29. Jeez, I started astral projecting this morning at around about 12:30. Huh. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Check out the rest of my raw astral projection experiences where I almost ended the recording without telling you another finer detail of the astral projection experience. Myself. You see, when I chose to come back to my body after creating the mini camera, it didn't end there. I tried to make another tulpa, and instead what happened was I ended up projecting a part of myself into the astral realm, which looked exactly like me as I used to look about a year ago. And he was really excited, really excited about this new yoga technique where he would pull his fingers and his toes out of place just to pop them to relieve some sort of stress within his joints. And I, at that present point in time, didn't know what he was talking about because that internal memory, that internal part of me was outside of myself. And I found myself treating myself sarcastically, as if to say, yeah, okay, right, it's cool. The reason why I did that is because a couple of days ago, I've experienced people also treating me sarcastically. So I ended up automatically treating this part of me sarcastically. Then I remembered, wait a second, this isn't my behavior. I'm treating myself sarcastically because others treat me sarcastically. I don't deserve that kind of treatment. And then I stopped doing it. And I looked at myself. And I was like, yeah, that is pretty cool. And when I did that, he gave me back my memory of when I was excited about that, and then he merged back with me as I fell back into the hypnagogic state. That is when I got up. Yeah, that is when I got up. So I'm Ryan JC. This is going to be about Do It. Check out my YouTube channel for more videos like this, where I prep up my camera and I speak moments after my astral projection experience. I don't think anyone is doing that at the moment. And I'll speak to you guys pretty soon. Peace.